Okay, I'm gonna get it started. So yeah, wait. Oh, I hit my picture. Okay, here he is. So yeah, I'm pretty sure my video stopped, and I was flipping out about that. I'm glad it stopped because after that I was about to flip out if it was continually recording because these ads. I swear I'm about to flip out in every freaking. Just give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, it kind of cut off, but what I was gonna say, oh yeah, I never went over Turtles, but like I did in all my other what ifs, I'm just gonna give him a name, the 100-Man Slayer. Yeah, but I'm just gonna give him his name, the yellow, the Orange Reaper. But no, I'm gonna give him the Black Reaper because I'm just gonna say he dyed his hair black. Just for plot convenience. I don't want to call him Orange Reaper all the time. I just think that's a dumb name. And I didn't want to give him this dude's name, the White Reaper. So I gave him the Black Reaper name. So yeah, that's his nicknames. He still doesn't have a bounty or anything. But yeah, they get introduced to the Chunies and Hams, and they get hurt. And that's it practically. And then they went and found, that dude, the Honorable grandson of the third Okage? Well, you're not that special because I am the son of the fourth Okage here, Naruto, the OP one. But yeah, of course Naruto doesn't know about this, but yeah. So, Kakashi reports to the third Okage about his wood release and saying that he has no blood ties to the Senjus except his Namikaze blood heritage, but they're still not Senjus because I'm pretty sure the Namikazes were like really close cousins to the Senjus, which if you think about it, that's not really true because the Uchihas and the Senjus are actually closer together, even though they're hated each other. Yeah, I just had to bring that up. But yeah, so that happened. Whenever girls, whether the puppet master, the puppeteer, I forgot his name. I'm terrible with names. I only remember Inoshika Cho because there was this one Dragon Ball episode. I'm not sure if you guys watched like the kid Dragon Ball episodes where like they were strong but they weren't like planetary destruction level, which I'm pretty sure once you hit almost 1,000 you're able to destroy a planet. So I'm not surprised once you hit like 50,000 you're able to destroy a sun. Actually, no, I think it was actually 50,000 destroy a planet. But if you're like double that and all that, you could practically destroy suns. Which people say Dragon Ball characters are OP, but have you guys seen SCPs? Man, I was gonna do what if Deku was like an adapter, or what if Asta adapted. I was gonna do Deku because there's this one SCP that was like immortal, which it was really OP. I don't really want to explain it, but yeah. Actually, let me see if somebody did it. If they did it, I'll go ask them and stuff. Which I'm almost the level of recognition. But yeah. So we're gonna skip to the. Oh yeah, Gaara's brother picks up him and Naruto says put him down, which he says why? What you gonna do about it? That's whenever like lightning all of a sudden peaks onto his weapon and stuff like that, which his weapon's pretty much as strong as Chidori's, but he can spam this crap because his high levels amount of chakra constantly. But the problem with the weapon is that it can't be used by everybody because you have to have enough chakra control to not make it explode. That's why it's more like a testing phase weapon instead of like an actual weapon that's for everybody. But yeah. And he says this is where Naruto he kind of runs over there at full speed. No, he doesn't run. All Gaara's brothers see is him disappearing into a shadow, and he sees his hand appear right as his neck with a shock with it, chalking him in the neck and knocking him out. With Gaara's sister catching him and saying, "What did you do?" That's when Gaara, I want to say, somehow magically wakes him up with bloodlust and tells him you're a disgrace to the sand and stuff. And he asked for Naruto's name. He says Naruto Uzumaki, and he's like, "I remember that name." And stuff like that. And I'm gonna say Sasuke's here to ask him, how did you get those weapons and stuff? They're specially made, aren't they? And he says, yeah, actually, I'm part of the creator of this. I created the idea and some of the designs. Well, I have somebody that can actually get the materials to make it. Which he says that half of these materials are really hard to find, saying it's a special rock that it's even more stronger at protecting chakra than chakra blades. Because there is chakra blades, and I was gonna make it a whole new metal and stuff like that. And I think the weakness of a chakra blade is that it's really the actual blade is weak. It's not hard at all. So this is like a perfected version of a chakra blade, I guess, and something like that. And he asked. Also, another withdrawal, I'm gonna say it's kind of like Asta's sword. Either the way you can use it is with no chakra, but if you have no chakra, it's just like a really durable weapon. Or you have to have either a lot of chakra control or a lot of chakra, which Naruto has both of those now. So Naruto, his training consists of him practically making an amped up Chidori with his hand, and he gets another one of them made to have both and that's whenever he gets the upgrade to them, saying that it's like a backup form. He says, the maker, it says not to use it if you're injured. Naruto asked why. He says just not to. It can result in death. He clicks on his weapon and he says, should I test it out? He says don't go to stage 4, but you can go to 1, 2, and 3. And he says you added a 3rd stage and a 4th stage. And he says yes. So if you know what these stages are, they're pretty much amped up forms, like how much chakra will go into it. So these stages increase how it looks. The first stage has 2 prongs in them. The 3rd stage have 4 of them. First stage is just like the hilt of it, which Naruto already made it pass through, but that was like the original version of it. It was more like an electric gun than like a actual weapon, but it was kind of weak and stuff. It only can make like circle blast. The second stage could change or can shoot it faster. Third or change how it was. The third stage amps up all those forms, and the fourth stage is a pretty much canon, you can say, but this will actually drain a lot of chakra out of people. And the third stage also gives it ability to use wind shock and water shock nature with it. So it activates third stage. I'm gonna say making the metal prongs go out to the side and become bigger and wider, and it to become like more like a cannon shape, but not complete yet. But wherever he shoots it. And he also says that there's also a sword mode. He says sword mode, and he says it's practically like a plasma sword. That one's for people without your huge, big chunk of metal. And he says, don't call it a chunk of metal, it's a sword. And he says, no, it's not. It's just so big and heavy that it can't be compared to any other sword. Even if you made it out of regular materials, I bet you that sword can break through any other one in one swing. But now you made it even more dangerous, making it sharp enough to cut through everything. So yeah. So he has 2 blasters now. I'm just gonna say that. But he can switch weapons, and I'm gonna say his spear sword / all that stuff is on his chest. There's a looking seal mark that's black on it, but with gold on it, markings on it, and what happens is wherever you pour chakra into it, it will start forming into the spear and disappear. And you might be thinking, this is amazing, what if it's so amazing and it's so strong. Then you're even making them stronger. Yeah, I know. Don't have to brag on me. But to continue to brag. But yeah, so that was just me trying to amp him up. So they get to the first part in tuning exams, the little chakra test and stuff like that. And pretty much Naruto sees through it, so does Sakura. They go to the second phase, because I think that was just like a test. But this is whenever Lee comes in, blocks. I'm gonna say, instead of Sasuke attacking, I'm gonna say Naruto instantly came in with a kick to the stomach, split in the dude, kicking him. And before Rock Lee can stop it, Rock Lee challenges Naruto first and Sasuke, saying you guys will be worthy opponents of my true hard work. Because all he knows is that Naruto's strong and stuff. But mostly he doesn't know about him failing and stuff. Wait, no, I'm gonna say he does, so he doesn't challenge Naruto because he heard that he was like the last of the class and that they're like the worst guineas. He's the worst guinea supposed to be in the academy and stuff. But whenever Sasuke's about to get slammed in the ground, I'm gonna say Naruto. Whenever Lee's about to do that hidden lotus crap, he appears, pushes Lee in the shadows and all that, and stopping him from using it, while grabbing Sasuke, spinning to the side and landing and putting Sasuke down. And he says that's enough, you don't need to harm him that much. And stuff like that. And that's what happens, and they walk away practically. But Lee tries to challenge Naruto, but Naruto says sure. And that's whenever you see Naruto take out a kunai, and he's about to say no genjutsu and ninjutsu, and he says sure, or like whenever he tries to pull out kunai. So this is where Lee sees metal things on his arms, saying he must have some protection for his arms and stuff. But this is whenever Lee tries to attack him. But I'm gonna say Lee says no hand signs instead of like no ninjutsu or no like weapons, and it's not a weapon, it's just a guard that can channel chakra into it automatically. And Lee doesn't seem to do hand signs, and he comes in with a strike. Lee thinks he's faster, but this is when all of a sudden that strike gets faster, and Lee gets curry chopped in the leg, breaking his weights off. I'm just gonna say that. The reason why his legs or his ankles not destroyed is because of the weights and stuff like that. And Lee sees electricity, and he says, I said no ninjutsu. And he says, I'm not using ninjutsu. I'm using the armor. He's the armored form. And he says, armored form, what do you mean by that? Then he turns it into the blaster. And he points it towards Lee, or points it to a pillar while shooting a drilling or electrical blast, destroying it, saying this is it. It's a type of ninja tool that me and this person made for non-use of hand signs. It's pretty much turns it into a magical weapon. It's pretty much, it's just like magic now. It's actually magical ninja bull crap. Literally. But this is where I'm gonna leave it off.